Now we will enter a new concept today, which is Sanyuktaksharam. In the previous class, we had learned what will happen when a Vyanjanam is combined with a Swara, that becomes a Gunitaksharam. Now we are seeing a combination of a Vyanjanam along with another Vyanjanam. A Vyanjanam plus a Vyanjanam without a Swara in between will form a Sanyuktaksharam. Samyuktaksharam in the regional languages is also called as Vattakshara, and other names are there. So it's a Vyanjanam plus a Vyanjanam. We'll try to learn this in a bit in a different way, where we'll see a few examples and we'll try to understand how this Samyuktaksharam is coming up and how to write them as well. First, we will take one example, which is Nakara plus Yakara, N, Y, which combine to form Ny. Some of the examples are Kanya, Manyah. Note down how these two letters are combining. Nakara and Yakara, both of them are half matras, two Vyanjanas are coming together, and how this combination is represented. It is not just N or just Y, but a combination is made while writing. We take one half of the first letter and then combine with the second letter, and we create one more symbol, for example, and that is what is used to write Kanya Manyah. So note down these aspects. We will also see a few more examples now. Similarly, we can consider one more letter combination, which is Shakara and Nakara, Sh and N, which becomes Shn. Shn. If you remember, Shakara also requires the pronunciation by rolling up our tongue, and Nakara also. Shn. This is the sound that we should get. Most common examples: Krishnaha, Ushnam. Another example we will see: Ch and Ch. Ch and Ch form Ch. Ucham, Acham. These are the pronunciation of these words. Now I ask you to go through this slide, see all these combinations. There are three combinations that is given: N, Y, Sh, N, Ch and Ch. Identify what are the common elements among these while writing it in the script form. Take a few seconds to see this, and also remember how these words are pronounced. I will explain a bit more in the upcoming slides. If you notice all this, you will be able to see the first letter is written half, okay, and next the second letter is written completely. This is one kind of Samyuktaksharani. So as we learn other examples, we'll be able to identify the differences and different ways or the ways the Samyuktaksharas are written itself. But for now, just notice these salient features of this Samyuktaksharam. Coming to this, the third example, Ch and Ch, both the place of origin is the same. Ch, these are the palatals. While pronouncing any Samyuktakshara included word, what will happen is the letter before the Samyuktakshara will have to be stressed a bit more. Ucham. If you see, while I'm pronouncing, I'm not saying it as Pucham. It is Pucham. Cha is a Mahaprana here, and it is also a Samyuktakshara, Ch and Ch. While we are pronouncing, we give a small pause or a bit extension after Pu. Pucham. Pucham. So this stress is needed whenever we are pronouncing the Samyuktaksharani. Ushnam. For example, I'll take another example, which is the previous word, ushnam. And similarly, manyaha, manyaha. If you notice it, there is a subtle extension of the previous letter, or you can think it as a small pause is there, so that the stress is given onto the Samyuktakshara. We'll go to the next slide to see few more Samyuktaksharani and then a few more examples of these words. Now I will call upon a few students to repeat after me. Narayanan Mahodaya. K, Y, K.
K, Y, K.
Sankhya.
Sankhya.
Vikhyataha.
Vikhyataha.
Very good. J, Y, J.
J, Y, J.
Ajyam.
Ajyam.
Jyotihi.
Jyotihi.
Here it is Jyotihi. It's not
Jyotihi. Jyotihi.
Yeah. Very good. That yakara and this Samyuktakshara is there, J, and that has to be pronounced correctly. Most of the times we would have heard these words, Jyotisham. People tend to say Jyotisham or Jyotishya and other things. So it is J is there, and that is very important to pronounce it in the right way. Okay, we'll go to the next word. M, B, mb.
M, B, mb.
Amba.
Amba.
Bimbam.
Bimbam.
Very good. Dhanyavadaha for repeating after me. So these are some of the few more examples of the Samyuktaksharam. So if you see here again, we can notice that the first letter is written in half. So what is the full letter here? Khakara will be the full letter, but it is written only the halfway. Only thing is the line is missing, and then immediately we have the next letter, which is Yakara, and this is how this Samyuktaksharam is represented, written and represented. Similarly for Jya and similarly for Mb or Amba and Bimbam. Hope this part of writing the Samyuktaksharani is clear. This is the first kind, though there is no classification of the Samyuktaksharams based on how it is written in the literature, if you see. But for our easy understanding and stronger basic understanding of this Samyuktaksharam, I am classifying it into various kinds in the way how it is written. So this is of the first kind, wherein the first letter, first Vyanjana is written half, and next the second letter is written in full. So we'll see few more examples of Samyuktaksharani. And we'll read out these words again. I call upon Ramesh Mahodaya. P, T, T. Yeah, it is T. Kshamatam, there is a typo in the slide. So this letter is again a half letter. T. Sapta.
Sapta aptaha.
Aptaha. Very good. Next one. Can you read now? One second. This dhakara is a mahaprana.
Dugdam. Mugdaha.
So since this dhakara is a mahaprana, it has to be we'll have to give more stress for dha. Dugdham, dham, dhanam. The way we say dhanam, dha is a mahaprana. Dugdham, mugdhaha. Can you repeat again?
Dugdham, mugdaha.
Mugdhaha.
Mugdaha.
Please notice this mahaprana of dhakara. Mugdhaha. Very good,
Mugdha.
very good, very good. The last set of words. Yeah.
Hastah.
Very good.
Pustakam.
Very good, very good. Dhanyavadaha. So if you notice here in all these examples again, the first letter is written in half and the second letter is written full. G, th again, half g and full th. The second letter is written in full. S, th, st in the same way.
Dhanyavada.
Okay, dhanyavadaha. So we are able to see these and understand these words. We'll go to the next activity that we will read more of these words of this kind of Samyukta Aksharas that we have learned so far. Sakshi Srinivasan.
हम आ गया
Ram Ram Ram. Can you please start reading the words and identify where the Samyukta Aksharam is?
फर्स्ट मार्क चंदनम
Very good.
न प्लस द
N plus the. Okay, it is n plus the, not na plus the. Okay, it is n and then the. Okay, so this while writing you will have to practice this way so that you will understand the concepts well. Okay, so it is difficult to write on the screen, so I'm trying to write it anyway. Okay, Chandanam, very good.
स्वस्मिन्
Very good.
इस प्लस व स्व
Hmm.
इस प्लस इम
Sme. Okay, sm. Very good. Very good. Okay, next.
वता इक प्लस व क्व
Very good. K plus v, kv. Okay. Try to pronounce it as a half matra only in all the places. This is general instruction for all the students. We tend to say k plus v, kva. We make it as a ending with akara. But when we are trying to tell that this is a Samyukta Aksharam and then we are saying that this is combination of two Vyanjanas, we will have to ensure we are pronouncing it as a Vyanjana. So which is a half letter. K plus v. Kv, kv, okay, kva, pakvata. So after it combines with akara, it becomes pakvata, va, pakvata. Okay, the last word for you.
कदम्बः इम प्लस ब
Very good. Kadambaha. Very good. Beautifully recited. Dhanyavadaha, Sakshi Bhagini.
धन्यवादः
Ram, Ram, Ram. Okay. Now, so write down these words in your notebooks as well. I will also give it as a homework towards the end of the class. And identify, underline or highlight the words, highlight the letters that are the Samyukta Aksharas. So in this way, as soon as we look at the script, we'll be able to identify if it is a Samyukta Aksharam or not. So we will go to the next slide, next set of words, and one more student to repeat it. Let me call upon Anita Vijay Bhagini.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. You can start reading.
Sugandha.
Sugandha, dha Mahaprana.
Sugandha.
Yeah, Sugandha, Sugandha.
Sugandha.
Very good, very good,
Vastavyam.
very good.
Swastikam. Bidambanam.
Very good. Now, identify the Samyukta Aksharas in the first word, which is a Samyukta Akshara.
Ndha.
Very good.
Ndha.
Very good. Second one.
S, ta, sta, v, y, vya.
Very good.
Im, ba, mba.
Very good.
S, ta, sta. S, v, sva.
Very good. So these are the Samyukta Aksharas in these set of 4 words. Dhanyavadaha. Samyak Rupena Uttam. Namaste. So next I will call upon next student, Jyoti Lakshmi Bhagini.
नमस्ते महोदय.
Namaste. Please start reading.
योग्यता.
And also identify the Sanyuktaksharam in this.
अस्तु. ग प्लस य.
Very good.
विश्वस्य. श प्लस व स्य स प्लस य.
Very good.
बंधुत्वम. धु धु न प्लस ध प्लस ओ. अनन्तरं त्व त प्लस व.
Okay. Next one.
त प्लस व.
V. Okay. Very good.
संवृत्य. ह्र ह प्लस र. अनन्तरं त्य त प्लस य.
Very good. But Samhritya H plus R is a Gunitaksharam and not a Sanyuktaksharam. Okay. So okay, it is not Rakara, it is R, it is a Swara, right? So this is not a Sanyuktakshara. Okay. So that's why I put a into mark below it. Okay. So T and Y is the only Sanyuktakshara in this Samhritya. Okay. Uttamam. So well pronounced. Yes. So this is a common mistake most of us do many a times. We consider a Gunitaksharam to be a Samyuktaksharam in some places, but we'll have to ensure it is a Samyuktaksharam or a Gunitaksharam. Okay. So we'll go to the next slide. Okay. Let me see who is ready. Kundan Mahodaya.
Namaskar Mahodaya.
Namaste. Please start reading.
Gandharaha, Gandharaha. In
Very
plus
good.
va.
Okay.
Dvanihi. Dva plus va. Id
No. Plus va.
Id plus va.
Plus va.
Id
Okay.
plus va. Shutihi.
Shutihi.
Shutihi. It plus ya. It plus ya.
Right. Ch plus ye. Ch. Shutihi. Very good.
Abhyasaha. Ib plus ya.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha. So it is sometimes very difficult to just tell the Sanyuktaksharas or basically the half letters, and in general, so in some of the people tend to take help of Ikara or something like that. So like for example, bh, y, if it is very difficult to say bh directly, just this letter bh, some people tend to use ibh and y. Though I wouldn't recommend that. While pronouncing the Vyanjanas, we'll have to pronounce only that letter and not take the help of other letters to pronounce it. But until you get used to pronouncing in the right way, I think you can use those techniques to get the sound correctly. Okay, so I will read these letters again. So Kandharaha, please note always the Alpa Prana Mahaprana differences. Dhvanihi, Abhyasaha, Chyutihi. Similar to Jyotisham, Chyutihi again is a combination of Chakara and Yakara, and most of the times we say Chuti and we don't correctly say Yakara, we don't pronounce it rightly. So pay attention and pronounce it rightly as Chyutihi, Chyutihi. So that is the right way to pronounce these. Okay, so we'll go to the okay, we'll go to the next one. I'll call upon one more student. Sundar Raman Mahodaya.
नमस्ते महोदय।
Namaste.
ज्योतिषम।
Read again.
ज्योतिषम।
Very good.
ज प्लस य।
Very good.
श्यामला। श प्लस य। कल्मषः। ल प्लस म। ध्यानस्थः। ध प्लस य। स प्लस थ।
Very good. Very good. Uttamam. Dhanyawadaha. Well pronounced. So, kalmashaha. Kalmashaha. Again, shakara. We'll have to ensure we pronounce it rightly by rolling back our tongue. Kalmashaha. Sha. Sha. Okay. Shyamala. Again, here again, it is not Shyamala. So, though our friends or relatives' names is Shyamala, we tend to simplify and say it as Shyamala. We don't say Shyamala. Okay. And also Neelam Megha Shyama. Krishna is also called Shyama. It is not Sha, it is Shya. There's a subtle point that we need to ensure and pronounce it in the right way. And similarly, Dhyanastha. Here in this case, the starting letter Dh is a Mahaprana and ending letter Th is also a Mahaprana. So Dhyanastha is the right way to pronounce it. I hope this part is clear. So we will try to conclude today's class at this point because of the paucity of time. So what we'll do now, I will show you what is the homework for this week, and then we will open up for question and answer. Okay, so there is no submission for this week. There's no submission, but the homework is to write in your own notebooks. This I have already told. That is the Gunitaksharani Likhata. So I will lower everyone's hand. Those who have questions, please raise your hand so that I can call out your names. Only if you have questions to ask me, raise your hands now. So the first homework is to write all the Gunitaksharas ka to ha in your notebooks. And the second homework is practice writing with pronunciation all the words that we have learned in the previous class and this class in various slides. Okay, for Gunitakshara Ka, we had learned like 6 words for each of the Gunitakshara. And similarly, in today's class, we have learned a few words for along with Samyuktakshara also. So write these words once with pronunciation in your notebook. Writing is very important because we are also focusing for the exam, that is a Prathama exam. So reading, writing, and then pronunciation, and then understanding. All these aspects are very much important for this. So the right way to do it is to do it step by step and do it diligently. Write it correctly and neatly. So there's no submission, and don't worry or don't ask question where to submit the homeworks, etc. But this is something that you will have to do for your own benefit. And the last one, which is a bit advanced task for the current moment, that is to write words for each Gunitakshara. The way I showed you one mala, wherein for ka we had karaha, for ka we had kakaha, and so on. For each of the Gunitaksharas, we had identified or come up with one word each. In this way, you can start doing this in your notebooks or in sheets of paper for different letters. Say, for example, choose chakara, cha. For cha, what is there? Chamasaha. For example, I'm just giving a few examples. And similarly, if you choose some other letter, the, damaha, dana, danam. Similarly, dinankaha, dinaha, and so on. In this way, choose some at least 5 letters from ka to ha and try to fill all the words which are having these Gunitaksharas in them. So these are the homework that I'm giving for this week. Kindly do it. Now I will ask a few students to ask their questions. Ramesh Reddy. Next, Monica, be ready for the next. Yeah, Ramesh Reddy.
Namaskar. Namaskar. This typing, English typing, can you guide us typing in computer?
Okay, okay, yeah, this question is coming. I will probably okay, I will show it now itself. Okay.
If you can share any document that will help, I think, most of the people. So
Okay.
even if they don't follow it,
we'll try to have something by next class. But
Yeah.
for the immediate use and easy practice, what I usually suggest and what I practice is this. You can search for Lexi logos. There is one application or web page that is available. In if you Google just Lexi logos space Devanagari, you'll be able to get this kind of a page. Here you can just type anything. If you type LA, basically you will get La. And similarly, if you type Ra, for example, I'm just typing my name. In this way, you can produce this, or you can also click on these letters, and that will also come. So you can copy this and you can paste it in your Word document, and you can use it. This is one way, a very simple way, and there's no installation of any software or anything like that. Another one which I was recommending also in the last class is Bhasha IME. So if you search for BHASHA IME, you will get this page. Okay, it's a Indic keyboard input method editor, and you will have to download this, and you can use this. You will have all the user guide, everything for Bhasha IME in this page. It is a one software that can be used very well. So hope this answers your question, Ramesh Mahodaya.
Yes, yes, Dhanwad. One more, Mahodaya.
Yeah.
This swara, re. In sometimes in the letters in padams, we say ru. In Gunitaksharam, when sometimes we pronounce ru, like that.
Okay.
So when we use re, when we use ru.
It is it's always r only. When even in swara it is r only. Only in the local or in regional languages we say it as re and other things we use. But the right pronunciation is r, l. Okay, and same way it will be kr, kl. Wherever you go, it is the same way. So the swaras, they won't give up their characteristic of pronunciation when they form Gunitaksharas along with any of the Vyanjanas. So the that is the inherent property of each alphabet, and that pronunciation aspect will remain always. Mrudu.
That means
Yeah.
that means Krishnaha, instead of Krishnaha, we should say Krishnaha.
No,
That is
not correct.
You said
See,
Ru.
see,
Ru is
you can
correct.
listen to this. It is not Krishnaha or it's not Krishnaha. It is Krishnaha. See, I'm telling both these letters. R, Kr, Br, Br, Mr, and anything. Okay, so it is R. It is constant. Krishnaha. That is the right way to pronounce it. Okay, so I'll go to the next student now. Monica.
Ram Mahodaya. In the previous slides for examples of Gunitaksharam, Samyuktaksharam, we have seen Vishwasya, that Ish plus Shu plus V. That what is it? Shu. We haven't seen that letter so far in the alphabets.
Okay, yeah, very good point. I was about to cover it, but anyway, due to paucity of time today, I couldn't cover it. I will definitely cover it in the next class. But yeah, but to tell it to you shortly, if you remember in the previous class also we had seen a similar letter like that, like which is Shrigalaha, for example. So we used to write this way. Okay, so this when we say, this is actually a half shakara. This letter, what you are seeing, is a half shakara basically. So you can also write it this way. You can write it. We usually write shakara in this way. Then you can write this way as well for Vishwasya. I'm writing in the top left now. I hope this is clear now. This way also you can write. Both ways are permitted. Both ways are correct.
Okay. Dhanyavadaha, Mahodaya.
Dhanyavadaha. Okay, next, Raja Raman Mahodaya. Next is Kalyan Mahodaya. So I'll probably end with after that one more person. Yeah, Rajaraman Mahodaya, you can ask your question.
Namo Namaha, sir.
Okay, Kalyan ji, yes.
Regarding the letter half na, many a times we use Anushwara in place of the letter half na. So in that case, when we use Anushwara, it's not a Sanjuktaksharam. I mean, by technical explanation,
Got it.
it's not a consonant. It becomes a part of Swara. Letter half na is consonant, but
Got it.
Anushwara belongs to Swara. But we often exchange these two forms of the letter while writing.
Understood. I will quickly touch upon this point. Thanks for your question. So the question Kalyan ji asked is, say we have, for example, Nandana in my name, if you consider Raghunandana.
Yeah, right, sir. Right.
Okay, I'll just give you that example because that is very relevant and easy to understand. Some people write it as Nan as instead of Nakara, they write it as Anuswara and then do this. But in Sanskritam, okay, this in Hindi you can write it this way. There's no issue. Also in Kannada and in regional languages, we make use of Anuswara, Nam, and write it. So though this sounds correctly Nandana, but that is not the right way to write in Sanskritam. So it is Nam, even though if it is there, since this is Dakara, this will have to be replaced with Nakara, a half Na, and that is the right way to write it. So don't confuse that like when to write what, etc. Except for in, for example, if you see Samskritam, etc., this Sam is retained like that. That Anuswara will be retained like that. Okay. And similarly, if it is like is the Ramaha, Ramam, okay, Vanam, etc. This Makara is there, and that also will be sometimes written using Anuswara. Okay, like Vanam. 1 second, I'm unable to write it correctly today. Vanam. Okay, like this also we can use it. But in the upcoming classes, you will get a clarity about this, so you don't have to worry right now. But know that this the right way.
One more question.
Yes.
One more question, sir.
Yes.
In your previous slides, yesterday's class,
right,
the letter R had a different font representation, and today we saw it differently. The Harsh R and Dirgha R, these two have different representations. In your previous classes, but today it appeared the way I expected. I mean, when in Sanjuktakshara, the Dirgha R is has to be combined. It appeared differently, like doubling the half circle below the letter.
Okay.
For Dirgha R.
Okay.
You got my question, sir? But in your previous classes, it was totally different. The Dirgha R appeared only with the half circle below the one half circle below the letter.
I'll try to see if I can explain it.
If that slide is brought up, then it would be easy for others to understand.
Okay, sure. I will probably get that slide. So we will take this. Yeah, in this slide, okay, maybe you can see this. Is this the one letter you're asking? Like, I mean, how it is?
Yeah, this one was what I knew, but in your previous class, this Dirgha was written with only a half circle, one half circle below the letter. In your previous classes. Yes, here, sir. Look at the Harsh and the Dirgha.
Okay, 1 second. So
this one.
Okay, if you're meaning for this one, this letters, this representation is fine. This representation is correct. But for Rikara,
but the one below, one below is for the Harsh.
Okay. Now I get the point. Okay, so in some books they represent the Rikara as like, I mean, the Raswaru as like this, and they will represent Dirgharu like this. If that is your question, it is just
in the Dirgha there are two half circles below the letter. But in this
Okay.
case, even if it is shown as Dirgha R, there is
Mm.
only one half circle below the letter.
Okay. No. So this particular representation of the letter is correct. Like there is no need to even if you put, okay. So even if you put like, okay, I will just try to write it again here. So this is the Rikara. This itself
But in
is
your today's slide, sir,
Hmm.
in your today's slide, the Dirgha R was represented with the double, double bending.
I doubt that was not the case because
Yes, sir.
in
Yes, sir. In
in
today's, yes, this one.
Okay, sure. I
Yes.
got it. Understood. Okay, sure. So there are some fonts use this particular one circle for R and two circles for R, that is there. But in some fonts, based on the font, there is a slight difference in that. So it is mostly the one which we generally use, which you can practice it. So I will check again and see in which fonts it is the right, represented rightly, and I will update you in the next class about it. Yeah,
Sir,
but I
it would actually, when typing in the computer,
right.
it would depend more on the particular font chosen
Font.
for typing.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing up this point. I'll try to maintain the same fonts throughout so that there will be no confusion.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Dhanyawadaha. Okay, thanks for bringing up good points. Okay, I will go. I'll ask one last question. Rekha Rauji. I'm trying to give opportunity to most of you, and I'm calling out new names each of the time. So, but yes, since there are a lot of students in the class, I'll not be able to provide time to everyone, each and everyone for all the sessions. But yeah, bear with me. In the further classes, I will give opportunity to other people as well. Okay, yes, you can please ask your question now.
Namaskar Mahodaya.
Namaskar.
Mahaprana Karkasha Vyanjanani and Mahaprana Mridu Vyanjanani. What is the difference, sir? Like pronunciation, I didn't find much difference. Like how one will become hard, how the other will become soft, sir.
Okay, sure. A very good question. So for which there's no simple or easy answer to say it or to really make understand it very well. So what you can think of is based on some of the grammar rules, this classification has been made. That is one point to note. And this will come into use or in the application part of this Karkasha Vyanjana and Mridu Vyanjana comes in while we learn about Visarga Sandhi. This is one hint that I'm giving it to you. Though Visarga Sandhi is not covered in Prathama class, but just to know about it, I'm giving you that example. Now, if you come to the pronunciation aspect itself, Mahaprana Kha is there, Kha, Cha, then you have Tha, then Kha and Tha. These are the Karkasha Mahaprana Aksharas. Similarly, you have Gha, Kha, Gha. If you see, there is a subtle change in the pronunciation. Ka, Kha, it is very subtle that it is very difficult to notice this difference in pronunciation as such. So our ancestors have paid so much of attention to these pronunciation and have classified in this format. So slowly you will be able to understand it moving forward, I would say. But immediately it is very difficult to explain like why it is one is called a hard and one is called a soft, because that is not very much evident in our regular pronunciation. So yeah, that's what I would try to answer as of now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Uttamam, dhanyawadaha. So I have copied down all the questions that you have posted in the Q&A chat box. So I will try to see if there are some unanswered questions. I will try to answer them in the next class. So with that, we will conclude today's class. Sarvebhyah dhanyawadaha. Ram Ram Ram. If you have any questions, please do write to me, raghu.vyoma@gmail.com. Hope you are able to learn Sanskritam through this course well, and we will continue learning. Please do the homeworks that has been given. There is no submission for this week. With that, we will continue today's class. धन्यवादाः. राम राम राम.